any more actions.
Well, we're going to give you a really strong statement, and we want you to remember this always.
Okay.
Procrastination is a byproduct of being out of the vortex.
Okay.
Procrastination is the way you feel when you're trying to fill in your own grid.
Okay.
And you just can't buck the current. So it's like just way, you just can't. Procrastination is the opposite feeling of inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you feel procrastination, procrastinate. Don't try to push through it. Don't try to push through it because you can't buck that current anyway. Go do something fun.
Really?
Oh, people are having a hard time with that one. Well, what is your option? In other words, think about what it means. So if you have been putting things in the vortex, and you have, and now you pre-paved before you went to sleep last night, you've been segment intending, you got up, you did some meditation and a rampage of appreciation, and you focused on some positive aspects, and you're all tuned in. And now the subtleties of the energies are beginning to move. And if you do that on a relatively consistent basis, even as soon as the first day that you do that, you'll get feelings about doing things. But what you're saying is, oh, I get all kinds of inspiration to do things, but I don't get inspiration to do the things I don't want to do.
Yeah.
And we say, that's because the things you don't want to do are outside the vortex, and you're asking for something that's not ever going to come. You've got to figure out why you want what you want. Give us an example of something that you feel that you should be doing that you are procrastinating.
Well, that could be everything that's related to just everyday work. At the core of me, because of your teaching, I know exactly that there's nothing I should be doing. There's nothing that I have to do.
But let's walk through this. Take an example and let us show you what we mean.
Okay, in my job, I have to make phone calls. And I have to call people to set appointments. And I really don't
hear
like that.
In my job, I have to make phone calls. And I have to do this thing that I don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't figure out why I'm not getting the cooperation from the universe to do this thing that I don't want to do. So you've got two choices. Either stop doing it altogether or line up with it. So why, what's the general reason that you want to do that? In other words, you're going to do it. Are you paid to do it?
No.
In other words, does any money come from doing it?
Yes, if you get the appointment, you get to go and close the deal. But first, you need the appointment.
So revenue does come from that. So
yes.
So the why I want to do this. Why do I want to make this phone call? Why? Well, because I want to engage with people on a meaningful basis. And I want to rendezvous with people who are ready for what I have to offer. And I want to be a catalyst to help them fulfill their dreams in some way. And I like the money that comes to me as a result of it. And I know that it's the beginning step of something really wonderful that comes later. And without some way of making this connection, that nothing really happens. I'm looking for more ease in this process. I would like there to be a natural process of bringing this about. I would like to just bump into people who are looking for what I have. I would like the universe to line more things up. But for now, this is a viable way of going about that. So just a conversation that much might cause some of that resistance to subside and a feeling of empowerment to come. The best example that we have of something like that was Jerry harassing Esther about not booking airline tickets some years ago. She just couldn't make herself do it. She could not make herself do it because in her mind it was always a grind. Mm-hmm. They were going to take longer than she thought was humanly reasonable. And they were not going to offer to her the seats that she really wanted. In other words, it was, from her point of view, not usually a pleasant process. And so every day Jerry would say, they'll cost more the longer you wait. And every day Esther would say, I know, it's on my list. And every day he'd say, it was on your list yesterday, and the day before yesterday, and the day before that. And Esther would say, I know, but she could not make herself do it. And then one night, she put herself in the bed, and suddenly she had the impulse to go make those phone calls. It was a overwhelming feeling. She got up, placed the call to the airline that she holds the the forever miles with. And a very bright, happy-sounding person answered the phone. And Esther said, I have 10 destinations that I want to book for. Do you have time? And she said, I'm all yours. And off they went. And every single destination, the girl said, I can't believe this. 5 minutes ago, those seats weren't there. I can't believe this. 5 minutes ago, those seats weren't there. I can't believe this. 5 minutes ago, those seats weren't there. And Esther booked 10 destinations with ease, and as they flew the flights, every flight flew. There were no canceled flights. There were no delayed flights. In other words, we weren't using the terminology in those days of the grid filling in, But procrastination is simply you trying to take action before energies are aligned. That's what the feeling is. You're trying to move something forward with action instead of moving it forward with the momentum of alignment. That's what it always means. And we promise you that once you start playing with this in the way that we've been talking about it here, the momentum will carry you, and you'll find yourself not needing to put things on your list to make yourself do that. You know those lists, things that I want to do, things that I need to do, things that I have to do, or my husband will kill me if I don't. All those lists, things, you'll just have one list, and it's the vortex, and you'll just have, and you won't even feel like you need to make lists of it, because the list will present itself to you in perfect timing and in perfect order and in perfect harmony with the other cooperative components of your universe.
Wow. So what I'm hearing is it's okay for me to just sit there and wait to feel inspired action.
What you're hearing is you have no choice.
Okay.
What you're hearing is you can take the action and you can make yourself do it, but the results won't be pleasing, and that's why you feel like procrastinating. You've been playing this game a long time. Mm-hmm. It's not fun. You can make yourself do it, but all you do is carve out a mediocre life by making yourself do stuff you don't want to do. What you want to do is find the reason that you want to do it or don't do it.
Okay.
And those are harsh words, and employers all over your nation are going to be sad when you don't show up for work on Tuesday.
Yeah, they're not happy with you.
I didn't feel like coming, and so I didn't go. And that's not, but there's more to our message. Get feeling like going and then go. Okay. Discover the true power of your employment, the true power of your occupation, the true power of your clarity, the true power of the universe. Enlist the cooperation of the universe by doing the energy work first. Don't ask action to carry it. There's not enough action in the world to buck your current.
If you're going to do something, do it well. And leave something witchy. Leave a sign to let the world know that you were there. Have a good day.